good morning, viewers. It's another beautiful Friday here from the world's capital city, London. You know how we say it, thank God it's Friday. And of course, after the hustle and bustle of the week, this is the day we'll go to cheer. Anyway, we have quite a lot this morning. Before then, my name is Princess Kessie, and this is Wake Up Nigeria. I already have Abuja seated and we joined from Kano this morning by Alaji Babangida this morning. Is already seated as well. We have quite a lot this morning, packful. But before then, let's not forget that today is international, we're marking the International Women's Day for Peace and Disarmament. And so, you can use weapon on the woman. You can't be too hard on a woman. We are peaceful. We are, women, we're mothers, we're peaceful. So you can use arm on us. You can do all that, right? So we say congratulations to every woman out there as we mark this very beautiful day. And today also we mark International Brothers Day. Do you have a brother? Do you have that friend that is like a brother? Do you have anybody you see as a brother? You need to call them. You need to reach out to them. Sometimes we get carried away. We don't know what's happening to our siblings, our loved ones. But today is a good day, as we mark International Brothers Day for you to, just call your brothers, hold them to work, gist with them, send them chat cards, send them a gift, just celebrate somebody today. And we have quite a lot as well coming this morning. Kanu is actually, I would have thought that Kanu will be buzzing this morning because, there is this new law they brought that every emir in Kanu, I don't know what's happening there, but thank God we have Mohammed this morning, Babangida, that will be telling us what's happening in Kano this morning. And that is a very good way for us to start. That will be starting the show with him this morning so he can actually brief us, what's happening in Kano this morning. We can see that all Kano emirs have been removed. And now this is coming from the House Majority Leader. And so why did they do that? What's that move for? That's done for? Does that mean that there's hope for Sanusi, or does that mean that we have a new MA? Anyway, what's happening in Kano this morning? These are some of the things we will be looking at. If they are happy, if they are sad, or is a mixed reaction. These are some of the things we'll be looking at. And don't forget also that in Barnes, we've been having this very serious, crisis with the market people, the police, and of course the military. And the House of Rep has actually went into that issue that market must be reopened because, of course, you can't keep people at home just for one person's sin. That was what I said yesterday. Why not shut down that particular shop and let every other person go about their normal or daily business? That would be a good thing to do. And of course, our dear Naira. What's happening to Naira today? Naira is still depreciating, and we hope that our financial expert will do something to revive that. We have a lot of building collapse as well in Lagos State. Under heavy rains. These are some of the issues, and I think the Lagos government is actually doing well to make sure some of these old buildings, these very old ones, are brought down before they cause mayhem to people or to our society. And of course, also, we have a certain group of persons calling on the president to focus more on road, and infrastructure. So we focus on road and infrastructure and road and agriculture. Agriculture, yes, is good, but roads, I don't want to stand with that. Anyway, good morning once again. I have seated with me Mary all the way from Abuja. Good morning, Mary. How are you today?
I'm fine. Good morning. How is London this morning? Abuja is cold.
London is fine. We're peaceful. Place is fine today. What's happening in Abuja? Let's hear from you, Mary. What's the update? I know the House of Rep did make a call that the Barnet market should reopen whatever the issues are. Of course, we have other innocent people as well that own shops around. So you cannot lock them out just because of one person or an issue. What's happening?
Just that, even as regards the balance issue, I think there was one woman that was beaten by the soldier and she's still unconscious till now. So this issue is, I don't know, but it's still it's just escalating day by day. And there is a good news in Abuja. I don't know if you heard about the free road transit that has been commissioned by the minister. As far as they were saying it will be commissioned on the 27th of May. But now we hear that it's on 29th. And I think from that 29th, I think it's going to run for like 2 days, carrying people for free and all of that. So I think it's a good development in
What
Abuja.
is that, Mary? I didn't hear you very well. What is that you talk about?
Do you have the free rail transport in Abuja?
Okay.
Free, yeah, that is okay. To be
From where
commissioned,
to where in Abuja?
you said?
From where to where in Abuja?
I think for like almost all the parts in Abuja, even to Airport Road, back to the central area, and all of that. So, but maybe when they start operation, we'll know how it's going to be. You understand? So, Tinubu also has approved it, and also the minister announced it. I think it will be commissioned on 29th of this month. So let's see to that. That's one of the
That is
news in
actually
Abuja.
a very good news.
Yes, and also as regards the journalists, I feel if you want to actually publish a news or talk about people, you should be very sure of it, because a US based Reverend Sister actually called the police force in Enugu to arrest a journalist in Abuja, and they're speaking to the NEJ. They should check their bodies and know the kind of news they report. I think it's a result of defamation, a result of the defamation of the Reverend Sister. So he has been arrested. They called to him to come to the courts, but he failed. Unfailed attempt. They had to get him from his apartment in Igbo. So right now he's in the police custody. That's another trending news in Abuja as well.
What did he say about the Reverend Sister exactly?
The thing is, Blood refused to carry the main thing he said. He just said as a result of defamation of character. But the main thing he said about it, I don't know if they don't want to open it up. They don't. It's private something. Yeah, they didn't talk about it.
Okay. And also we have coming from Kano this morning. In fact, that is one of the major headlines across our newspapers this morning, where we have a lot of reaction to the new as we can see here, all Kano emirs have been removed. And we have with us this morning Mr. Lee Babangida. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you today? And how is Kano today?
Kano is doing well.
Now, Mr. Liu, now let's talk about Kanu today and, of course, this new development. How are people reacting to this? Are you people happy? Are you sad? Or there's a mixed reaction? Is the city calm this morning?
So actually, there is a misreaction because whenever you see Emir Aminu Adubayero coming out from home or from airport, so you'll see people cheering him and jubilation were taking place when he's coming back home or going out from home. So actually, he has a huge supporters, and this division of Emirates, to my own perception, it's a good idea because people in the rural area has no access with government capital project. But as a result of this division of Emirates, so they have gotten general hospital in every Emirate zone. So I think it's a good thing. So actually, there is no arrest in Kano because people have no any business now with Emirates again because
Why
the
do you
policy.
say that?
Pardon?
Why do you say that people have no more business with the Emirates?
Because it has not any importance to them for now. It is not adding value to them. It's not giving them any dividends in their lives, day-to-day activities. So that it has not any means for the people.
And Mr. Liu,
Yeah.
are you trying to say that during the time of Sanusi, the people were more Emirates were more impactful compared to this time?
No, Sunusi is very talkative person. So when he was first in thrown as an emir during Conquest's regime. So there was an unrest in Kano for almost a week before he entered the Emirate House due to his utterances. So people do not like him. So this Amina Ado Bayero, before the demise of the Emir Ado Bayero, so when there is this Daba during the Salah, so you see that there Amina Ado Bayero has supporters, has a lot of supporters who are wishing him to be an Emir of Kano. So up to now, as I told you, people are on their own day-to-day activities. So people are no longer have an issue with the emirate again because they politicized it. So when it is a tenure time now, as you know, when APC come to power, so Sunusi must to go. When Concourse's people come to power, Sunusi will return. So this is what we'll continue being doing in Kano.
And just how do you think this will affect the not just the political space but the people of Kanu, and of course the economy as well, dethroning and enthroning Emirates, because it is now being politicized, like you said.
No, it has no any means with that because Emirates are not providing revenue or whatsoever to the people. So they are just collecting from people's revenue.
But also, Aliyu, that being when Kanu or the Emirates or the palace is not in peace, people will not be at peace as well. That might bring some kind of unrest, some kind of chaos to the state. And knowing fully well that we have people from APC, PDP, and all other parties, and people will always have the opinions on these issues, and just maybe that might want to lead to unrest. Don't you think so?
No, no, it's not about that. Because what this government is doing is just to pay back Sanusi Lamido. Because everybody knows that he assisted them in getting this government. Yeah, so Sanusi, since before he was dethroned by Ganduja's administration, every Kano people knows that Sunusi Lamido Sunusi was part of Konkosia's movement. He assisted them during 2019 general election. That was why Ganduje removed him as an dethroned him. So now, as I told you, no anybody from any other party that will come to uh, protest or do what do you think? As I am talking to you now, my house is close to the Emirates Council. So there is no any arrest. People are on their own day-to-day activities now. So as I told you, they politicize this matter. So whenever Gantuja's people got government, so Sunusi will go. Whenever Congress people got government, so still Sunusi will return.
And that
So
means
it's
that if we
very
have
clear.
another party entirely in the states, not party from Kwankwaso or Ganduje, that means this third party will also bring a new emir to the state, since it's not a political affair.
Pardon?
Does that mean that peradventure in the future we have another new party in the states, not a party of Kwankwaso or that of Ganduje? It means that the new political party or leader will also go and bring a new emir to the states.
Neither, yeah, as you know, when there is a new party, no people from Ganduja's part or Concourse's part. So when there is a neutral person comes, maybe let me give you an example. For instance, maybe I become a governor one day. So when I become a governor, maybe I will just take my junior brother to say you are the next emir of Kano because it's just a political issue.
Is a very serious issue. And so
Yeah,
just look at this headline now we have on the Daily Trust newspaper that says Sanusi returns as Emir of Kanu. Does it mean that this automatically, bring Sanusi back to the throne?
yeah, they bring him back now. They bring him back since yesterday. So
So
governor has
as we
already
so as we
governor has
speak now, Sanusi is the new Emir again of Kano State.
yeah, of course. They return him as an emir for now.
What of the old one?
But then the former emir,
Mm-hmm.
so he was in Ogun State yesterday, the day after yesterday. So he was in Ogun State to felicitate with the emir of I don't know the name of the emir in Osun State. Sorry. So he felicitate with him at his birthday, 90 years birthday. So he was there when this thing happened. So up to now, he didn't return to Kano. He was prepared to come to Kano yesterday, but the governor informed the security. They told him he should not come to Kano because of the crisis that may happen. Actually, if if he's a former emir yesterday, if he came to Kano yesterday, so there must be a
There would have been crisis or
brutal fight.
chaos.
There must be a brutal fight in Kano. Yeah.
And we asked you. You said that since the Emir Sanusi returned yesterday, Kanu has been peaceful. No issues so far. But we know that during the time of the Na Emir, the time he was dethroned, he was actually sent on an exile. Is it the case of the old Emir now, or he has the right to come back as well at some point in time?
He has the right to come back because that was the punishment Ganduje has done to Sanusi. When the Sanusi, consider one thing, when the Sanusi was dethroned during Ganduje's tenure, nothing happened in Kano as, as this happened. That is why I told you, Kano, whoever you bring as an emir in Kano, even if it is you that you bring as an emir of Kano, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because people
Anyway,
are no longer interested in matters arising from Emirates again.
but just before we let you go, Liu Babangida, what should now that you said that the state is peaceful and we don't have any issues, do you think there should be a case for worry or concern just maybe in the future? We know that today the place is peaceful, but should we be worried? Are you there, Aliyu?
Pardon?
I said, I know that you said the state is peaceful this morning. Of course, the new emir is already on the throne, and the old one has been stopped. Yeah, he was stopped yesterday from entering into the state, right? But moving forward, should we be worried?
What I want to tell you is that Tunisia now is not in Kano.
Okay, I think we have a
Hello?
little network issue. Yes, Ali, your network is breaking, and we're struggling to hear you.
So Sunu Lamido, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Sunu Lamido now are not in Kano.
Okay.
Since yes, he went to an event.
No, what I'm saying, well, my question before you go is that you said that the state is peaceful this morning, right? Okay, we have network issues, but we've heard from Kanu this morning. That's a very topical issue. In as much as there are agitation, there are mixed reactions from different quarters. A lot of people have different opinion as well. What will become of the state? Should we be worried? Just in case the two emir are back. The now restored old Emir Sanusi and of course Ali Bayero is back. Do you think that we should have any case to consign or to be worried over what might just happen in the future? Even though Ali did state here that if yesterday he was allowed into the state, that might actually lead to that might have led to chaos or some kind of crisis in the state. What I was trying to hear ask Ali was that in case in the future, should we be worried that something might go wrong? Because this emir is not being sent on an Elsa. He's supposed to still has the right to come back to the state. So is that a good thing? With that brings some kind of chaos in the future. But I bet his network is not is bad this morning. Mr. Lee, thank you so much. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, thank you, Casey. I can hear you.
Okay, you did say you have a lot of the Emirate Council with you there, so I know you're very busy. I'm just gonna let you go, but I was asking that are we supposed to be worried, or we should just be hopeful? That Kanu is peaceful, nothing will happen in the future, everything is fine.
Ghana will be peaceful because, as I told you, if you want or whatsoever, so touch the business of Kano people. So if you touch the business of Kano people, so they will fight back business. So go to do your own things. So it's not their own business.
Anyway, your network is very bad. We have to let you go, but we're gonna have you on the show again tomorrow with some other people from Kano as well. So I want you to give us some of your uh Emirates, the council of your Emirates or the councils, some of your members there. I want you to bring some tomorrow on the show around 11 a.m. But right now we have to let you go because I know that you were very busy and I appreciate you coming this morning. That was it was a quick response. Thank you so much, Ali Babangida.
Thank
It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and we do hope that Kano will always be peaceful.
you. I'm very appreciative. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Mary, you've heard from Kano. Sanusi
His
is
network,
back.
his network was very bad. Like I was struggling to hear him. I was
Yes,
literally.
but at least I heard part of it that it has become politics when we have Kwankwaso people. Kanu Sanusi will always have the upper hand. Sanusi will always be the leading emir. But when we have the people of Ganduje, of course, we'll have maybe we just have Ado Bayero back. And that was why I asked that. So what happened if we have a third party in the state? Does that mean that we're going to have a new emir in the state? Say, of course, he can become an governor tomorrow and just pick one of his brother to become the new emir. So it is
But in the long run,
politics.
this thing might affect them in Kano. This thing they
That's what
just
I'm
started.
saying, but he's trying
They're
to
not
tell
even
me
supposed
that
to.
the people has no business with them. Kanu, they are business
The people will
oriented
be
people.
affected. When the battle start now, the people will be affected. There's
That
no way
was
you say
what
they don't
that's
have any.
that's my point as well. Whatever you do, this is politics to them. They're playing with people, but you don't forget also that some of the indigenes are for Kwankwaso, so others are for Kanu, are
Yeah,
for Ganduje. And so when you do this, in as much as it's the governor that usually have the upper say during their tenure, don't forget that the masses also have their opinion and they can
sure.
clash at the lower side as well. So this is my worry and this is our worry as well. But he did affirm that uh Kanu is peaceful, and we sincerely hope that Kanu will always be peaceful. Anyway, we'll try and bring more people tomorrow to deliberate on this what is happening in Kano, if it's a right thing. I know, if you ask me, let's talk about the Oba of Benin, Oni of Ife. I don't think we see this like this, but I don't know why Kano is like that. Maybe we need a deeper, we'll have more reactions to it tomorrow on the show. Mary, we have, like I said earlier, we have quite a lot coming in from our dailies this morning. So maybe we should go straight to the papers before you bring your social, what's happening in the world of, entertainment as well.
Okay, we'll start with the punch. And the big story on the punch is the Lagos Calabar Highway. 750 houses for demolition as property owners allege poor compensation. Tinubu to flag off project Sunday. Minister to demolish building based on Gazette. And last story is on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have another story that says Kano Emirates. Um, Governors reinstate Sanusi after 4-year deposition as assembly sacks emirs. Yusuf orders disposed emirs to vacate official residence places in 48 hours. And that story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And yes, this one is coming from the ASU protest. Tinubu orders review of Varsity Governing Council. And you can find that story on page 26 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have a story here that says 10 Sears invest $20 billion in Nigeria. It's coming from federal government, and you can find that story on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. 50 firms may produce military weapons locally. This coming from minister, and that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. And here we have a story that says NNPC partners deploy electric vehicle charging stations. And that story is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. And here there's a story that says grandma buries 17-year-old daughter's newborn alive. And that story is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper. And here there's a story that says 19.4 billion naira fraud. Sirika brother gets 200 million naira bill. And that story is on page 26 of the Punch newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch.
Hmm. Quite a lot of stories coming from the Punch this morning.
Sure, there's just so much.
Anyway, this Sanusi story, Mary, what's your take on it before we move?
The Sanusi story. Although
Yes.
me, I really don't know much about them, but if you ask me, I feel like we do even blame the man. I believe they are bodies, right? That are in charge of this. So they allow it. That is the sense that I'm talking about. Our Nigerian system of doing things. Does it mean that maybe they took bribe from him, or they are trying to just neglect the needful and do whatever pleases them? Because when you come and start blaming Sanusi, he didn't put himself there, right? Other people, other bodies are in charge of these things. So we should look into the bodies that are responsible for putting whosoever there as their emir and all of that. So it's really not even his fault, even though he's there, he's fighting and all of that. But me, I just feel like at the end of the day, this will also cause state to bring future problem. If they don't trash this out right now, if they don't tackle this right now that is still early, as time goes on, it will affect them. In as much as they say the people has no business with it, the people definitely will have business with it because it will affect them definitely. These people have no problem. The problem will be melted on the people. So I feel they should just do something about it right now. Whoever are the bodies that are responsible for putting them in whatever position they are the ones that should be blamed, not even the sanitary or the other man per se.
Hmm. Anyway, we'll wait and see what comes out from Kano. Now let's talk about demolitions.
Okay, yeah. Demolitions. This one is about the Lagos Calabar Highway. I could recall article was talking about um, the short notification they gave to people for demolishing event centers. I think it was talking about the tourist area, event centers, and all of that in Lagos, and also around some communities. But right now we are seeing it that there are a lot of demolitions going on. It's not just about houses, but there are a lot of investment that people have done, and they've demolished it as regards this road. But what are the compensation they are giving to these people? This thing is really not making any sense. People suffer to actually build these places. They invest in these places, and you people come to give them short notice to demolish the place. And that was what one of my friends was telling me around that owns a shop at Wuse Zone 3. They only came, I think they gave them just 1 week notice to evacuate that place. These people, they are not machines, they are not computers. It is still money they will use and relocate to another place. They give them short periods. What about compensation? I don't even think they won't compensate them. They do. It will be just something small, something that will not even be able to carry them to wherever they are going to. So to me, I feel like they are not doing well when it comes to demolition places. They don't consider the effort these people made to build whatever they have. They don't consider the fund that was put into this thing when they want to demolish it. Yeah, they are doing it because they have projects to do, the road and all of that. But what about people's property? They are not making it a priority as well. So to me, it's not making any sense at all.
It's really a sad one, you know. I don't think that in economy where economy is this hard, we should be demolishing houses. It is not a good thing. Anyway, we will go on a quick break, and when we return, we continue with the reviews. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of art and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262 274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Mary, there is a very disturbing news here that say grandma buries 17-year-old daughter's newborn alive.
It's really, really disturbing. That's why they say it's not.
Why do you think you want to do such a thing?
But you know, some people are evil. Yes, we know that they say mothers have good hearts, but not every mother. You understand this? But I really don't want to bring into the. I don't want to go into let me say believing in African ways like fetish, religion, and all that. Some people tell you that sometimes these old people they want to kill somebody to renew their own life or to stay longer. You get. So I don't want to go into that. But this is shared wickedness. It's just pure wickedness from this woman. Whatever would be her reason for doing this, I feel like it's not wickedness. I feel like she should just bear the consequences, honestly. Because why will you kill an innocent child? And they won't call her grandma. She's not worth calling her name, honestly. If you ask me why I think she wants to do that, it's just maybe she's got this wickedness in her heart. You wouldn't know other ones she's done. It's just this one that news is bringing. She must have been doing this kind of thing before. You understand? So it depends. It's like it's just wickedness. That's it. And also there's this story I saw here that talks about 50 family produce military weapons locally. Every day is just these people coming up with one thing or the other. The weapon is not it. This weapon, what can they use it for? How many forces can this weapon fight? That's just it. We've got weapon, right? But yeah, they're defeating us everywhere. Things are just going wrong in the country, and it's looking as if I think somebody was telling me that the kind of weapon we have can it fight these people and all of that. So if they are placing it that okay, we've got weapons, we want to produce weapons. Do we have other things that we need to do with our money? So that's just it. It's not them. putting all their energy and all their efforts on producing weapons locally, which people can this weapon fight? And we dey use it properly? Because it looks as if our forces right now they live where they are supposed to work, and they focus on the masses, the poor people that have no business with them. These are the people they try to showcase their power to. They try to make feel bad. They try to make them feel like they are nothing. But the people that are supposed to even fight, you understand, as regards insecurity in the country, they are not doing anything about it. And it's making no sense at all. And that is why the whole Banex issue is coming up. These soldiers are going there to showcase their power, to show how powerful they are. But we have a lot of insecurity issues. You will not see them there. Places that are not safe, you will not see them there. They will stay in this open place and be showcasing their powers and all of that. If you say they want to produce weapons locally, fine, let them produce weapons. But is that even the main thing that we're supposed to do right now? Is that what we're supposed to be talking about right now? The weapons that they have, what have they been using it for? Can this weapon even fight our opponents? Can they fight the people that are fighting us? These are the things we need to put into place as well.
No, the question we should be asking here it's because we saw here that that says that 50 firms may procure military weapon locally. That's coming from minister, and we have IOCs to invest 20 billion naira in Nigeria. I want to see that story you're talking about. Is it the same one coming from the minister?
Yeah, it's check the punch paper. You see 50 firms may produce military weapons locally. That is coming from the minister. And
Why
of
are
what
we having 50 firms producing, weapons in the first place?
all the ones that have been produced, what have they been using it for? They're only using it to oppress the masses. But to fight our opponents, you will not see them there. They will not do anything. Those people that are fighting us, those the level of insecurity in the country, all those places that are not safe for them to stay, you will not see them staying there.
All this, no, no, that is not even the issue here. The issue here we should be looking at is 50 firms, meaning they are quite many. Why would 50 different firms be producing weapons? Weapons is not something you produce anyhow or something you just, play with anyhow. So why should 50 firms be producing military weapons? That means they will be sophisticated, knowing fully where they are military weapons. And what if they get into the wrong hands?
That's it.
Anyway, I really want to talk on this story of grandma who buries the daughter's the newborn. When we live in a society when people pretend a lot, apparently she would have told people her daughter is the best child in the world, and somehow the daughter, gets pregnant, and because of shame or something, you decide to do this. I think that will have to do, cover up, trying to cover up. But notwithstanding, even if you try to cover up, one or two persons would have already find out or knew that about the pregnancy. So, what's the essence of this? Mothers, today is International Women's Day of Peace. Mothers are supposed to be peaceful, peace loving people. Mothers are supposed to,
Get it.
grow, nurture, not actually take life. They are meant to nurture. That is why, when we were little, our mothers actually did everything within their powers to make sure they nurture us. Even though they are hungry, they have to attend to us, and all that. So when we see women like this in the society, it's very worrisome. These are not people you can live
I feel
around
like
with.
mothers always have this literal love for kids. That is why every time you see mothers always striving to go for mugo, all this one, they sometimes they even call that bring my children from your house. They love kids. So me, I feel like this one is sheer wickedness. Like she's a very wicked person. But I wonder why they address her as a mother. Even if yes, that maybe actually got pregnant and all of that, maybe unwanted pregnancy and all. But some mothers they will actually take care of the child, even though they are not happy with it. But killing a child with your own hands, so it means she's not even happy that she's a grandmother. Yeah, she's not even happy to see a newborn child. For what now? That's what I was saying before. That this is just shared wickedness. She's a wicked person. That's just it.
That is very horrifying, and I do hope that we don't see news like this again. And of course, she's brought to justice. If you don't, apparently you're pretending that your daughter is the best, or you didn't train her well, or whatsoever, and she finds herself. It doesn't mean that your daughter actually gave birth to a child is the end of your daughter's life. You can guide her from there. She can actually learn her lessons from there. She can pick up the pieces of her life from there. It doesn't matter, killing a newborn, burying a newborn alive. Oh, they would have they would have just given me that charge. That is horrifying, and I don't pray that for anybody. It's something that, because we, like Mary said, mothers, we are meant to nurture, we are meant to, women generally, not mothers alone. We are meant to nurture, we are meant to build. We do not break down, and that's why we celebrate International Day of Women's Peace, because we are peace loving people. We move on quickly to the next newspaper we have, and that will be the Daily Trust.
I think I'm beginning to like this daily trust people. You see you that does not like it like that. Okay, the big headlines is Sanusi returns as Emir of Kano. Bichi, Rando, Kareye, and Gaia monarchs dethroned. Development, bad omens. Northern's elders. Okay, Dan Agundi challenges action in courts. And that story is on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And here the story says police arrest journalist in Abuja. And that story is on page 12 of the Daily Trust newspaper. National Assembly passes bill to return first national anthem. And that story is on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And here we have another story that says Atiku declares interest in 2027 presidential election. And that story is on page 13 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Tinubu orders review of varsity governing council list after protest. And that story is on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Federal Capital Territory residents to enjoy free 2 months ride on Abuja Metro Rail, coming from Wiki. And that story is on page 14 of the Daily Trust newspaper. I think there's a story here that says His Majesty King Charles the Third with Florence Otedola Jacobi at Buckingham Palace when he hosted ambassadors at a special reception for the King's Trust International yesterday. Okay, these are all the stories we have this morning on the Daily Trust, and you can see pictures of some of our emirs as well on the Daily
Okay,
Trust.
these are some of the emirs that were dethroned, and we can see the emir that has returned to emerge as the new emir. The one that was once dethroned, I think exactly 1,543 days ago, and he's back on the throne. And we have here also, this story is very laughable, and that's what actually caught my attention here, that Atiku declares interest in 2027 presidential election. We know that he has been doing buddy with our dear Peter Obi, and of course Nigerians have been trying to react to that what's going on with these two. I actually thought they were insinuation, like I told Daddy Chris the other day. Once it's not confirmed on the news, I don't like speaking on it, that he's just
Yeah,
coming out to support Peter Obi. But we've seen so far, politicians will always be the greedy people as we know them to be. I said it before that when we get to that place, just you'll be surprised that barely a month to election, a lot of them will now come out from their share to declare, I can no longer support you, I want to vie for the office as well. And these are some of the issues we've been having before, and that was what led to their disunity, and of course disagreement with Wike, Saraki, and of course Atiku and Peter Obi as well, from the last general election we saw.
I think you said as long as he's healthy, he will continue to contest for election. Oh my god! So when I saw that he said he was going to support Peter Obi for the 2027 election, I was actually doubting because I know that Atiku always come out every time to contest, and I just confirmed it this morning when he said as long as he's healthy, he will continue to contest. So I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Even though Olushoyinka has come out to question Peter Obi, as regards telling him not to stress himself for contesting for presidential election, that he lacks the competence, that is incompetent to become the president, something like that. And there are a lot of comments online. People are
But
like,
we know that he has always been against Peter Obi from the beginning.
yeah, and some people were against it. Even some people from the Yoruba tribe, they were like, they feel Wole Soyinka is
Only
always
Shoika from the beginning has never liked Peter Obi. I think this coming from the fact on the heat that the president is from the west, and so of course he's going to speak to favor his own person. And or maybe apparently before now he has been having issues with Peter Obi as well, because from the one he has been hinting on that he lacked the capacity, lacks whatever it is, talking about the economy and political will to govern Nigeria. He said Nigeria is not Anambra State, so Peter Obi cannot. He has been saying that, but I'm happy that Atiko has declared interest. So just so Peter Obi is aware that this man you're balling with is going to be, apparently, if Peter Obi decide to contest again, so you should bear in mind that this is going to be one of his opponents as well. And
but I don't this
go
thing, oh,
ahead.
they were fighting Wole Soyinka yesterday. Or like people are like that. How can this old man be this tribalistic? That is not the kind of Wole Soyinka they used to know. That is losing his respect gradually. And the guy from also the Yoruba tribe was like, he's not expecting. How can you say that he's incompetent? His team is incompetent. That he sees all this as tribalism, and which him he cannot be in support of it. That we should stop this mindset. That he feels like Wole Soyinka should just rest. That he's getting older, and that his thinking is actually depreciating in his eyes. So all these things were just things that they were saying online yesterday.
Anyway, just maybe it's because like I said, president is from the west, or apparently he's talking from a place of an elder statesman, wisdom. Who knows? And there's a story here that actually caught my attention as well. FCT residents will enjoy free 2 months ride on Abuja Metro Rail. Now this is coming from Wicked FCT minister. I just hope, Mary, you are not going to join that train. I don't want to hear that the
I
crowd,
was in Port Harcourt.
pushing people. They are because don't forget that because of the hike in transportation, every single person will want to go there and board that rail or that
Why do I
train.
even feel that it was even wicked that brought this idea? Because there's something like that in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, they have free transportation. There's a time it's from maybe from morning 8 to 10, something like that. You see them. They carry from maybe from LMA, from Oyemil side, they go to Park. I think that's their last bus stop. We are yet to know where and where they will run in Abuja. They've not said, maybe because they have not commissioned it yet. But for one day, I never entered that bus because it's always that long bus that they used to carry. And naturally, I don't like entering long bus. I feel like it normally wastes your time, especially when you have somewhere you are going to. You will not still, you'll be wasting time. They'll be stopping at every junction. Me, it's not like I'm trying to hype or make mouth. By God's grace, I'm not sure I'm going to enter that thing because it's going to be like you don't have a
I don't
choice.
even want you to enter because, like I'm saying, let's even leave protocol now. Let's talk about the current economy, the current crisis we're having. The current hardship in Nigeria, and I relate it to this very headline here. You see that a lot of people will want to save their money and go and bought that free ride, right? And so now we're going to have overflow, crowded rail or crowded buses or train, and that's why I'm saying you should avoid it so we don't hear issues. Anyway, good for Abuja citizens and Abuja residents. At least that will ease your movement, and of course that will save your money also. So congratulations to you guys. What can I
Yes,
say?
but it's a good thing though. But they make the country difficult and they try to bring something. Is that the reason why things are difficult in the country? So that they'll come and tell us that they have free ride for us.
At least,
Why
at
not
least,
reduce the
at
price?
least, at least let
Why not
Wike
reduce the
be
price
busy.
for us?
Let Wike be busy so that he won't have time for Fubara. And then there's a story here that says National Assembly passes bill to return first national item. What national item are they talking about? Are we talking about the item of the school or their own item at the National Assembly? I don't understand, Mary. What do you think?
Is the story on Daily Trust? I mean,
Yes.
okay,
The
okay.
the, the Look
Passes
at
bill.
the top stories after the police story.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it. But the thing is, apart from the normal national anthem we have, are there other national anthem? Or were they national anthem before this one? I
I
really
think
don't know.
is it not two we have? We have two now.
That is, O God of creation,
Yes,
there is
then
our
the first one.
our
The
leader,
first one before God of creation. You are Indomie generation.
compatriots.
The first
Is it,
one.
is it the arise of compatriots, right? Nigeria's Kolobe.
Follow yes.
But
You
we've
know,
been using
I think a lot of people are no longer using it, and that's why they are asking. We're asking for it to be returned. Maybe that's why. Anyway, we see what we have next on our papers this morning, and of course, we know that we have. Let's go to the Guardian news this morning. We have a lot as well coming from the
okay,
Guardian newspaper.
guidance is always deep. But let's see. The big story here says 1 year of renewed hope. Tinubu's costly reforms leave Nigeria on edge 1 year after. That's a big story. You can find that story on page 4 and 5 of the Guardian newspaper. And here we have another story that says ministers give Tinubu pass mark amid rising inflation, subsidize insecurity. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. 10-year economic rot can't be corrected in 12 months. Sanusi cautions. And that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Senate to probe 11,856 abandoned projects across Nigeria after the Guardian report. Okay, across Nigeria and after. And it's coming from the Guardian report, and that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. EFCC Docs former aviation minister Sirika brother in fresh 10-count charge. And that story is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. Reps pass bill to revert to old national anthem. And that's on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. As Sanusi returns, anxiety, uncertainty in Kano over fate of deposed uh, emirs. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And here there's a story that says concerns over inactive $252 million um, Intel facility missing. Info on NCC dashboard. And that story is on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Guardian. I think you talked about this Kano issue. Now you can see
Yes,
the
I saw there that the emir is reacting that 10-year economic riots can't be, corrected in 12 months. Now Sanusi cautions. I think in as much as Sanusi will be gladly, or will be happy to come back to the throne, to ascend the throne, is being cautious as well. We know that Kanu is a very big state, an economical state at that, and like Ali, your guest said earlier, if anything has to do with business, that is where you will see Kanu people reacting. But anything political, because he said something I actually took that the fact that now people are now they've turned Kanu into a joke. That was what he told me. That because how can you explain that a governor comes into power and he will not impose a new emir on the people. That governor leaves, another one comes, the new one comes also to impose a new emir on the people. And so the citizens are no longer, they've now moved away from anything that has to do with the emirates and kingship and all that, because they've given up all hope on the throne, knowing fully well.
he's sacking them now, he's removing them from their throne to bring his own people. That is
Yeah.
where I have problem. That's where I have problem. So must you bring your own people to that place? So it means you will now have to do whatever you want to do against the people. I don't like you have tried don't have the interest of people at heart. So that anything you are doing, you do it behind closed doors. You know, it's your
But of course, that is politics. Like Ali, you said also, the emir of the state, the emirate, they've never been impactful in any way on the people of Kanu. Kanu, they've indigenes, they've always strived on their own, and so they are not bothered whatever their governors choose to do. But it's when it has to do with their businesses that you will see them react. Now that is the statement from our guest this morning. We had him on the show just few minutes ago, and I'm happy also that as Sanusi is being cautious, in as well as in as much as people are excited. I for one, I like him not because he's an Emma, but because of his intellectual. He's somebody that speaks very well and understands economy very well, and so I like him for that. I remember during President Jonathan, I think I once covered a press briefing of him in Abuja, and then from that day I heard him. He spoke, without reading from anywhere. He spoke very well, and then I just started liking him. That this Emma, of course, knows what he's doing, and so I think that is him being cautious is a good thing. We know that. Of course, like Aliu said, also is a mixed reaction. People will definitely have different opinion, but we hope that Kanu will always be peaceful. And there's a story here that says Senate to probe 11,856 abandoned projects across Nigeria after the Guardian reports. And that is why I love the Guardian. They will always bring out things from their hiding, unveiling them, bringing them to light. That's one thing I love about Guardian. Now Senate have come to their senses to know that they are supposed to probe this, abandoned project. How can people just waste so much money? I believe, like I said before, I went in London here. I went to rent an apartment, a very small house, and they are telling me that I'm going to pay council tax just for living there. But I'm not the landlord. I'm already paying landlord. They said you don't. The fact that you are here as a human being,
That is small house in the UK. Like, is it like a room or flat?
yes, here we have something we call studio room, box room, all those. It's very small.
Eh,
Like my living room in Abuja, some you share into two or four of my living room in Abuja. It's very small. So just your small bed, your clothes and all that. And then you have some you have shared kitchen. The kitchen is for everybody and all that. So that kind of setting. So we have one bedroom, we have two bedrooms, just like we have in Abuja as well. So no matter how little, I'm just trying to tell you that I've been all over London searching, and they will tell you have to pay council tax. That is it. If you have to live there as your residential home, that is where you sleep, that is where you stay. But if you're using it for a shop, for a business, for an office, you have to pay business rates. So nothing is free. You pay.
I'm hearing this thing that the money people are paying in UK is too much. It looks as if you are working and the government they are collecting it. But you know
No,
that this
no, it's not like that. Of course, you're being paid well. You're
okay.
being paid well. I went to look for, maybe a penta. A penta will tell you my one day job is £300. You know how much that is in Nigeria? Maybe equivalent now should be like 500,000. So he was telling me if I'm to paint your room, the first side is £250. That is like 400k, 500k. So that is the issue.
Okay,
A day. That's what they're telling you. A day's job to paint one room. So I have been all over London and I know what I'm talking about. I have sweat looking for a place. And see, the moment you pay that rent, the next thing you're paying council tax, you're paying your bills, electricity bills, you're paying that. So I think if we begin to pay all this, people now value that you don't build houses anyhow. That is why here people do not, even the car you drive, you tax it, you pay for parking it on government road, you will pay for parking it on the land. So I think people should now learn how to do things. Look at the number of abandoned projects. Okay, now let's even leave the building. Now we're talking about projects. Government would have paid for this project. The money would have been spent. Individuals would have shared that money, and projects are abandoned. But I'm happy that now Senate we hope that Senate will not sleep on it again. They will bring it to a logical conclusion where you know they will bring out those who were paid for this specific project should go and complete the project, or if government is owing, the government should pay so they can complete the project. We have other stories here as well, like Tinubu 1 year in office. I'm not going to discuss on that issue. I think Nigerians are already feeling that, already feeling that pain. So we don't
that's
need to.
what Guardian said it clearly. It's like this
Yeah.
Guardian paper. They actually did not send anybody. Just the way it is, they will not paint it. You see, I'm suspecting Punch. And the way Punch bring their story, it looks as if they're kind of favoring, You understand? The government, they don't want to like go straight
That's
to the
why you have different stories. Different stories helps you, different dailies helps help you to see stories from different angle. And that's why, of course, it's their paper, they have their opinion as well. Anyway, we have other papers here with us this morning. We're going to go on a quick break again, and when we
But this,
return,
sorry, before we go on a break, this one that said minister give Tinubu pass mark amid rising inflation, subsidized insecurity. Anyway, it is well. Let's not be like somebody's talking every day on one. I mean, I don't understand though. I don't know. These people, they just know what they are doing. They know the truth, but why are they hiding it? Why are they acting like they don't know, or they are not seeing, or they are not hearing? And we are all in this Nigeria. We are all in this country. No, no.
but Mary, how can they see you? How can they hear you? These people do not drive in along the road. Abuja is a tight place. We know that Abuja is a place where, you can feel. For instance, they don't travel. They don't travel to Edo State. They don't travel to Delta. They only fly. They only go to the best hospitals, the
But
best
they see
schools.
news. They see news now. Like they
They see
listen to
news,
news.
but they keep deaf ear to the news. It's quite, I saw a story as well that says government should Tinubu should focus on roads and agriculture. Agriculture is fine, but roads. We've been on the road for years, and so every year a new government come, we go back to road, spending so much money,
On
whooping
road.
trillions
It looks
on
as
road.
if any government that comes, the thing that
Yes,
we can judge them that they did a good job is road. But we need to leave this mindset. Everything is not about road. You have good road and you're hungry. Now one is in life. Let me understand. Every time they put so much money on road, and I feel like they don't even use good equipment to do those roads. Because you see a road that they just repair, just not quite long. It is this point. So what kind of things did they use it
of
in
course. See, minister is giving Tinubu a pass mark. You don't expect them to give him fail him or to say negative stuff. Is he not the one that actually appointed them?
Yeah, we shouldn't judge with what minister said. What is the masses saying about Tinubu's
And that is
head?
the thing. It's government, just like what we say. When do you help them win election? They'll come and favor you, and you don't expect you also when you even see that this person. And that has been the thing, with our political elites. And I think that is why we are where we are now as a country, where they do not say the truth. They are blinded. Our governors, our president, they are surrounded by bigots, people who will not tell them the truth.
Sure.
And sometimes I feel like our governors, our politicians, they are too busy to watch the news, to see the news. They are flying from one place to another. They are busy somewhere doing what that is not of use to the nation or to the people. And so those around them, they have media aids. That's why every government have a media age, right? People
Yeah.
who bring the news to them, and of course take their news out to the public as well. And so I don't even know what the media aides are doing. There was a time I was actually called to be a aide to a governor, one governor that is been doing hide and seek now with EFCC. When I got there that day, I saw him and the people are like, I'm not interested. I had to turn it down. I had my reasons, because with this one I'm seeing now, if I write something, you won't help you. I won't help you to cover, these things you're doing. So regardless of the amount that is involved. And my friend that took me was actually very, very shocked that, Casey, how can you do this? I told him I'm not interested, and that's what's up. And I'm not interested, going back and forth, leaving Abuja up and down, going somewhere to be a media aide to somebody that does not have the interest of the people at heart. And so sometimes too, when the media aides, we know that they are being fed by their masters, but sometimes they should tell them also the truth, that this is what is happening, this is the reaction of the people, this is the truth. Maybe that will help. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we continue with the reviews. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortly apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 07062379915 or 08070827331.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome back from that quick break. This is Wake Up Nigeria, and of course, we've been on the newspaper review. Don't forget that earlier we had Aminu Babangida all the way from Kano on Sanusi's return. What are the people saying? How they're reacting to it? Are they worried, or is it a mixed reaction? Are they happy? And he said quite a lot. Maybe you might want to watch that later. Anyway, we have other news as well with us this morning. We have let's go to the Tribune newspaper.
Okay. Okay, and the Tribune, the big headlines is Kanu awaits Emir Sanusi as uh, government deposes Bayero order. The writer says four former emirs given 48 hours to hand over instruments of office. While we reinstated Sanusi, our Governor Yusuf, I did my best for Kanu. This is coming from Ganduji. And that's the reason on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then we have a story that says reps pass bills revert to old national anthem. Bill scales second reading at Senate. And that's the reason on page 3 of the Tribune newspaper. North Central APC stakeholders insist on Ganduje removal. Protests rocked National Secretariat. And that's the reason on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. I will contest presidency as long as my health permits. This is coming from article. And that's the reason on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And here's the story that says that tribunal to deliver judgments in Ojodo, Ajaga, governorship election disputes Monday. And that story is on page 12 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Binance executive slums in court during trial. And that story is on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Tinubu direct tertiary institution governing council board review. And you can find that story on page 4. And here there's a story that says asset declaration. CCB sets to probe 3 former governors, 9 ex-ministers, assets likely to be forfeited. And that's the reason on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And here we have a story that says reps move to avert nationwide strike over new national minimum wage crisis, set to meet organized labor ahead of 2-week ultimatum. And that story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And this, okay, I think we've seen this story before about the Senate revisit Jonathan's reports. Prop 11,886 abandoned projects and raises 7-man panel. National Library, Lagos Badagry Road, Abuja housing projects, Calabar power plants, others on list says Ajokuta still alone got over $10 billion. And that story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Tribune.
But Mary, I don't understand what's happening with our House of Reps. So in all the things we have bothering us as a nation, in all the things we have, that we are going through as a people, this is what is important to them, averting what's it called? National
Nationwide strike.
anthem.
I think they have fever. They have malaria with this strike thing. They actually don't want to hear about the strike. You get, and they will not do the needful. They will not do the needful. That's the problem. All this time I've been hearing about the strike.
No, not even the strike issue. I'm talking about the very first news on the paper that Royce passed bill to revert to old national anthem. This
Okay, I was
case
thinking you're talking about the strike because they also
reading. at the Senate. So I'm
Okay,
saying that
first one.
out of all the things we have bothering us, this is one of them.
This is the one bothering them. You know, the thing is, there are sometimes that you talk, you feel like, okay, we on our own, we say we are tired of talking about this country problems. Sometimes like, we say, let's go on a quick break. Everywhere is hot and all of that. That's what I'm saying. So they feel like the problem in this country is not beyond them. So they want to talk about the one that is easy for them to do. Who is talking about national anthem? Who and who do you even see that sings the national anthem again? Except for the secondary school children or those in primary school, the nursery classes and all of that. People are not even interested in anything that has to do with national anthem. Or sometimes you see people even talk down on our flag, our Nigerian flag. For you to know how pained the masses are. And you're here talking about national anthem. Like, who cares about the national anthem anyway? Well, we have a lot of problems to be trashed.
It's worrisome, that they sit down.
This is
They
actually not our
sit
priority
down,
right
able-bodied men and women in the National Assembly, and this is what they talk about: national anthem. It's disgraceful. And then also, I saw their story here that they moved to avert nationwide strike over new minimum wage, set to meet organized labor ahead of 2-week ultimatum. I think labor should keep holding, striving, struggling, crying, yearning, so that the government, they will keep putting the government on their toes. That is what we want. And
I
go
thought
ahead.
Bina's executive slums in court during trial. Please, you should not slum. This system of this, anytime they have trial in court or they have some questions to answer, they will slum. It's what I
It
don't
could be
understand.
pressure, Mary. It could be
They should
tension,
not slum.
and all that.
They should not slum at all. Not in this, we need him to come out or her to come and clarify whatever the issue is. Which one is the slump? Slump for what? Every time when they have questions to answer, they will slump. How can you have tension in this kind of thing? You should be prepared because before they call you to court, you are being given you are notified, right, on the day you appear in court. So you should be prepared. You should know
And
that okay,
sometimes when you get to the court, it just as if like a student, you have exam, you've been reading or maybe playing or think, okay, I've read so much, I will pass this exam, and you go into the exam hall, and when you see the questions, you start sweating profusely. Mary, have you ever experienced something like that?
everybody, as long as you're into school, in as much as you claim that you read everything in this
No,
world.
no, 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 no. I don't think I'm not bragging, but I don't think I think I only experienced that once. That's because the lecturer actually did not bring anything and he taught us just to punish us. But regardless, I
However, they
think
set questions that you are not taught. You know that this man did not even teach us this thing for one day. You
yes,
get
and funny enough, I love the fact that's why you see I don't like anything OBJ. I like the theory,
exactly. I hate objective in my life because
yes.
objective can
So
make you
I
to
can
fail.
so
Give me
yes, so
theory.
I theory so I can bring in my idea, but in this case, people just go to court and they see that it's not business as usual or beyond their imagination, and sometimes you can just go into that mood, or I don't know, go into tension, and before you know, you're out. And there's a story here that says tribunal to deliver judgment in Ododo Ajaka governorship election dispute Monday. I saw a story on one of our dailies yesterday, on one of the dailies yesterday, that says that judges move to judges okays, I think, tribunal issues to be concluded before swearing in of any governor, any president. I think that's a very good thing. I didn't know how it skipped my mind yesterday. We didn't talk about it, but I think when we discuss these issues before they are sworn in. So the moment they enter into office, they are not distracted by tribunal, going to court and all that thing, spending the state money on cases here and there, or trying to loot as far as they can, so that when they know that when they are out or the tribunal is against them, they have something to go with. So I feel that there should be a law that every issue, every election issue, petitions, tribunal issues should be concluded before any swearing in. So that's a good thing. And
The
also, mm, And also I'm happy, like I said before, that Senate is going to this, this 11,086 abandoned project was under Jonathan's administration. Those monies are gone, and of course a lot of people during Jonathan, people looted so much. And so I'm really happy that they are going to, bring back these issues, and those who are involved should be, heard, responsible for this, and should be tried as well. And Atiku also saying he will contest presidency as long as his health permits. Well, congratulations to him, but congratulations to him. But Nigerians will already know the kind of people you are, and of course, Nigerians. I think Nigerians are wiser, not
That's why
central.
a lot of people have problem with
Yes.
P2B hanging around him. You get doing things with him. But
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking he wants to support Atiku that I know for
Sincerely, right? Atiku
picking
support.
him as a
You wish.
presidential candidate. No,
You
no, how many
wish.
will not do that?
And then we saw a story here that says North Central APC stakeholders insist on Ganduje's removal. Protest rock National Secretariat. Now we know that Ganduje of Kanu, he has caused so much. He has been on the news lately for negativities, and now they are not trying to. That's politics, I keep saying it. The more you look, the less you see. Who would
United
believe
States.
that?
Ganduje
Who
has
would
been
believe
on the
that?
news for long ago. He has been on the news for like I
Who
know
would
that.
believe that a whole Ganduje of APC is the person they are making move insist that he should be removed? A whole Ganduje, dear Ganduje of APC, with the president and all of them, with all that. Anyway, that, like I said, that is politics. The time Ganduje was the governor, he was doing so much, destroying, doing a lot of things, thinking. I keep telling politicians, power is transit. Power, you cannot hold on to power forever. In as
Unfortunately, they
much
don't
as
remember that. They actually don't remember that whenever
in
they're doing it.
in in as
Unless
much
that's the mindset that I'll be here forever. That's just the mindset they always go with. They don't remember that even if you
in
stay
as
here,
much as you are the president for 8 years, that is just how. Look at Buhari today. Who is talking about Buhari or Jonathan? They are in their various villages, homes. It is over for them. Like when we talk about power, decision, they can no longer make decisions. So we should also know that power is transit. Power cannot be with you forever. So when you have the opportunity, do what is right, so that when you leave, these legacies will live on. Do what is wrong, and you will be haunted for life. And that's some of the things we're seeing with Ganduje.
that's
Anyway, uh, there's a story here also that says Ganduje was saying that he has tried his best for APC. Anyway, we leave that for APC and Ganduje for us to see how
let them continue.
they
Let
should
them continue.
continue. They should continue. We move on quickly now. We don't have much time, so we move on quickly to the Vanguard newspaper.
Okay, the big story says um, government, private sector clash over reform policies. Okay, let me read what the writer says. Positive change from economic reforms on the way is coming from Shetima. Other factors driving inflation coming from CBN. Biggest driver of inflation is forest reforms. This coming from Nasima Boss. Tight monetary policies without reserve is futile, coming from Teriba. Federal government performs increasing poverty level, coming from NLC president. Corruption not corrects the change, driving high exchange rates. It's coming from Guadabe. Price reforms without institution reform will yield no results. And this coming from Rewan. And that story is on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. And here we have a story at the top that says class, elegance, fun as Vanguard Personality of the Year award holds today. And that story is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And here we have a story that says Kanu Emirate. Sanusi returns as Emir 1,545 days after dethronement. That story is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And here we have a story that says PIA oil production hits 1.7 million barrels per day. This one coming from Lokobiri, and that's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And here we have a story that says Honora, please now used to intimidate gag media, and it's coming from Action Aid, and that story is on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, coming from the sport desk, there's a story that says Wafu be used under 17 championship Eaglets cruise into semi-finals, face baby elephants. And that story is on page 56 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, let me see if I can see this clearly. It's coming
No,
from.
no, no need. We can't take that. And there's a
Okay.
story here that actually caught my attention. Honora, police now used to intimidate gag media. We know that police have always been used to gag the press, not today. Even the government on
But
its own.
this story is about the US based register I'm talking about. I think Honora is the police they wrote to Enugu. They actually had to get the man. No, they had to call him to come to the court. On failed attempts, they came to residence to pick him up at the Abuja. So here now that they're saying that police now used to intimidate gag media coming from Action Aid is about the journalists that they arrested for defamation. I think that's what they're talking about. Although they actually didn't state what the person said that result to that defamation.
Sometimes when you hear story from both sides, it helps you to decide
Yes.
who is who and what is what. And the press, in as much as we know sometimes we overdo, there's sometimes too, I like to see weigh options, weigh the two, and then you decide. Anyway, we journalists, we should be objective in our writing, and police stop being used to gag the press. Government, do not gag. You cannot gag the press. There is freedom of, there should be freedom of the press to do what they have to do. And then there's a story here that actually the sport decks now we bring me to the sport of the day, because we're running out of time already. And then so we'll talk about sports. But before we go on the sport newspaper here, we have our championship. Eaglets cruise into semi-finals, face baby elephants. Why are we always meeting with South Africans? That's the question I want to ask you, Mary. Because the last time we did, it wasn't funny. Oh.
But that's although it's not like we are only meeting South Africans, we meet other clubs, but most times you see South Africa on the news because do you know why? Anytime we play South Africa, you see it all over in the media. You see South Africans coming to, I don't know if I'll call it cruise, come for Nigeria, Nigeria will go back for South Africa on the net. So the one is always at the top level. You always hear about it, but it's not like we only play with South Africans. When we play with Ghana, the same thing, you hear it. But when you hear that Nigerian play with other African countries, you might not actually see it that much on the media. But they always carry that South African one. So that's why you feel like we play with only South Africans. But it looks more special when we play with South African because it brings us out more on the media with South African carrying the thing on their head. Nigeria carrying it on their head as if we are dragging something. That is how it is in the music world also. We and South Africa, I don't know where we are dragging with Ghana. It's just Nigeria, South Africa, and Ghana. I think they are dragging to be on the same level, which Nigeria, we don't agree because they want to say that they are giants of Africa. So that's it. If you see that Nigeria is playing ball with South Africa, you see a lot of people find it so interesting. They want to watch because they want to have something to say. Because you know that at the end of the day, Twitter will be on fire when anything like that happens.
Anyway, sports. We wait to see how that match go. But that's all we can take from sports. Mary, quickly, 1 minute, and what's happening on entertainment before we wrap up the show. We only have 3 minutes to close the show.
You can give people entertainment gist though. People will pay me for entertainment gist. First of all, I don't know if you heard about I think it was first of all a woman that actually came. They do this thing for likes, for monetization. See, they say Facebook will start paying people. And nothing people don't do this, they just for content. The person came out and said e-money has a hand in Pope's death and that is
I
having something to do
saw
with
that, but it was actually a guy that was arrested, right?
what I'm saying, a woman was the first person that said that. If you see her views on YouTube, it was much. It's like it's been difficult to get that woman. Then a man also came out. His one is on Facebook. So when Imani now placed, I think a money to be paid, so whoever will get those people, the first person they were able to get, the police were able to get was the man. Now they're looking for the woman. They will not see her again. She's not posting anything. She's on a hide right now. So they were able to get the man. It's even funny because even the picture they handcuffed him with, the trouser or the shirt is wearing is same with the handcuff color, the handcuff they put on him. So right now, the police they have actually arrested the man. So he should give evidence of whatever he said. Since he said money is having something to do with Poe's wife, they said he should bring evidence. You don't just see that's the formation of character. So a lot of people they are against the man. Everybody is actually supporting money to do the needful. That this one is not there's nothing like wickedness. He deserves whatever he gets. Even me personally, I'm supporting money for it. You don't just come out and say things about
Imoni
and you go
said it that after that social media mumbo jumbo, he did say that he's going to meet his with his lawyer to take the appropriate step, and maybe this is just the step. This also will guide we Nigerians. Do not post things anyhow. Have the evidence, and of course, is it everything that is worth throwing on the media or throwing out? Sometimes you have them, keep them in your heart. Don't put yourself into trouble. Imoni is not somebody you want to go into issues with. He has the money. He has everything it takes to actually deal with that young man. And I think
yes,
now that the young man will be saying sorry. I just wanted to trend. You do not trend with another
with
person's
people.
downfall. That is
Yes,
actually
you
evil.
can't trend
That is
such.
Yes, that is evil. Anyway, that's all we can take. It's already time to close the show. Mary, thank
Okay.
you so much for being on the show, and thanks to our guest Aliyu Babangida, all the way from Kano State. We're having more guests. I already have some, but I told them it's already late to come on the show, so they're going to join us tomorrow to discuss more on the Kano Emirates and everything about everything there is to Kano State, and of course other political issues. Do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course YouTube. Subscribe and hit on the notification bell. Leave us with your comments, share and like. Please share. That's all you have to do for us
Keep
today.
sharing. Don't get
Couple
tired
of
of
friendly
sharing.
persons, and it wouldn't hurt. Do not forget our short letters. Well, Mary will always say it's nothing but luxury
Premium
premium.
or nothing.
That is what you get. So please do where to reach out to us today. We have a well-equipped apartment for you. Wi-Fi, everything is there. We have a car service. We have everything. So a home away from home. You can walk your bridal shower, your birthdays, after party, anything you need to do, just call us. We have in Lagos, in Abuja as well. And of course, do not forget our Nigerian week that is fast approaching. All hands are already on deck. We have a lot of people coming. Nollywood is it's going to be a full house, the film industry. We have all the people partnering with us already. We have our Nigerian food product. Every one of them wants to come on board. This is a way for you to showcase yourself, showcase your brand, showcase what you do, your amazing self, not just to Nigerians but to the world. So do where to reach out to us. And of course, do not forget also that our monthly magazine, this edition is out. Another way for you to, archives your business, archives yourself. Magazines are archives that you can keep for 20, 30, for as long as possible if we're kept. So please just call us and we'll be right there for you. While you are out there, remember that put a smile, on somebody's face. It will not hurt. We are going through a lot, all of us. That's a reason for you to do one amazing thing today, and the world will be a better place to live in. I will always say, do not drink and drive. If you must drink water, and please obey the traffic laws. While you are out there, remember that peace is priceless. So please, let's always give peace a chance. Of course, thank you. It has been an amazing week. But do not forget, while you go clubbing today, while you go having fun, please be careful and be security conscious. Mary, one word from you and we end the show.
Just like you said, it's about security. Please, let's take care of ourselves and be security conscious. Here in Abuja, it's been one chance, one chance, one chance. Look very well. I know that yes, you cannot really predict them when you see them. It's difficult to predict them, their vehicle because they carry both female, they carry anything. So you cannot say that when you see them, you know. So please let's just be careful in the country, be security conscious, and please take care of your health because health they said is wealth, right? So just look out for yourself. That's what I have to
I
say.
love that. Health is wealth. So drink water, eat fruit, and look out for yourself, no matter how hard it gets. We are Nigerians, we're strong people will always put through. We'll see you again on the show tomorrow. Do have yourself a very, very lovely day. Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5 OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070 623